Hi folks, it's Scott with SCORT. What I'll be discussing right now is how to use SCORT to make sure that your students don't get caught in the research trap. If you were assigning a research project on Martin Luther King, most students would go right into Google and type in Martin Luther King. If you take a look at the top 3 Google hits on Martin Luther King, the first source is from Wikipedia. Many students will tell you, well, I've heard Wikipedia is a source I'm not really supposed to trust. Wikipedia is a pretty accurate source. There's a lot of information that you can find on our site about using Wikipedia as a source. They'll also say, look, nobelprize.org. Well, what does that really have to do with Martin Luther King? The last hit on here is martinlutherking.org, and it says a true historical examination. What could be better for a high school research project than that? If you get to the site, you'll notice immediately it doesn't look kind of like a site that you would expect. But if a student doesn't stop here by using the SCORT system and continues to go, you may end up with some very interesting information. You see, if you click a little farther and you read through some of the literature on here, this article talks pretty much about the Martin Luther King holiday and how it's going to destroy America. Now, for most people, that would be one of what we call a red flag in SCORT. However, if you didn't have the background context, how do you know what you found is not legit? So what you need to do is you need to dig a little deeper. One thing that we teach through SCORT is to use the internet, Wikipedia and Google, to find information about the authors and the publishers, to really find that authority and whether or not you can trust them. If you take a look at the Wikipedia page of the author of that article, it'll tell you right in there that he's a racist. If you look and Google the publisher Stormfront, the first hit is that it's a white nationalist community, and you'll see the same thing under the Wikipedia site. So we do use Wikipedia as a source, especially to find information about people, about places, about the documents themselves that we're looking at. These are the 4 steps in the SCORT system on how to evaluate sources: thinking, then clicking, finding the authority, looking for the coverage and any red flags. By using this system, that site, martinlutherking.org, would not pass this test. You may get there by clicking, but the rest of it, you realize you can't trust the authority. The coverage is from a biased perspective, and there are tons of red flags and things that we didn't really know. If you take a look on our website, you'll find a few different misinformation sites that we've posted. martinlutherking.org is one. But I bet you've never heard of the Pacific Northwest tree octopus or the medication Have-It-All for when more is never enough. These things are out there, and that's why it's important to use SCORT to help your students evaluate sources to make sure that they're not putting these misinformation sites as references in any of their research projects. Thanks, and have a great day.